How exactly does a nearly century-old American icon, valued at over $100 billion at its peak, spiral into shuttering thousands of stores and selling itself for just $10 billion? This is the untold story of Walgreens' epic rise and dramatic unraveling. Imagine standing at the corner of a bustling downtown street in 1901. A small drugstore opens, Walgreens. Over 120 years later, that humble storefront has become a linchpin of American daily life. With $147 billion in annual revenue, Walgreens was more than a store, it was a community staple, a Fortune 500 mainstay. But prestige and scale don't guarantee invincibility. Beneath the branded signs and pharmacy counters lies a company in crisis, shrinking margins, broken strategies, and existential threats on multiple fronts. In October 2024, Walgreens announced it would close 1,200 stores, about 14% of its U.S. footprint, within 3 years, including 500 closures in 2025. If that wasn't enough, the company's market value plummeted from over $100 billion in 2015 to just $7.5 to $10 billion by early 2025. By March 2025, Walgreens had agreed to sell itself to private equity firm Sycamore Partners for roughly $10 billion, ending nearly a century of public ownership overnight. A retail titan became a private equity salvage mission. What caused such a steep decline? The story is complex, but I've boiled it down to the top 7 factors behind Walgreens' decline, an intriguing tale of ambition, competition, and adaptation gone wrong. Competition among drugstore chains like Walgreens, CVS, and Rite Aid has driven an aggressive race to expand footprints. Walgreens, in particular, went on a buying spree that ballooned its store count but muddled its operational efficiency. Acquisitions played a huge role, the landmark $1 billion purchase of New York's Duane Reade in 2010, followed by the massive $20 billion-plus acquisition of the UK's Alliance Boots in 2014, created Walgreens Boots Alliance, a global pharmacy titan. Then came the failed but revealing attempt to take over Rite Aid, which still ended with Walgreens acquiring nearly half of Rite Aid's stores. Today, 78% of Americans live within 5 miles of a Walgreens location. But owning too many stores meant Walgreens was often competing with itself. Many locations overlapped or were poorly placed. The company's current CEO, Tim Wentworth, revealed that about 25% of these stores are unprofitable, fueling the wave of closures. It's a classic case of growth for growth's sake, where shiny new acquisitions didn't translate to sustainable profits. Walgreens was built on pharmacy, and pharmacy remains its lifeblood. But this sector has shifted dramatically. The rise of online pharmacies, led by Amazon Pharmacy, has siphoned away customers who now prefer convenience and home delivery. Plus, the widespread adoption of generic drugs has squeezed profit margins. To complicate matters, pharmacy benefit managers, middlemen negotiating on drug pricing and reimbursements, hold immense power, controlling 80% of prescriptions in the U.S. Walgreens' own executives admitted the pharmacy business model is stretched to breaking point. The lowered reimbursements and complex middleman negotiations have made profitability elusive. CEO Wentworth said, "We are at a point where the current pharmacy model is not sustainable." That signals a deep structural crisis in the very foundation of Walgreens' business. Beyond the pharmacy counters, Walgreens acts like a convenience store selling snacks, cosmetics, and essentials. Unfortunately, this part of its business is squeezed by consumers tightening their belts amid inflation and rising interest rates. When people are watching expenses, they tend to shop where prices are lowest, often Walmart or Target, not Walgreens. Meanwhile, Amazon and other online retailers have chipped away at Walgreens' share in impulse and convenience goods. Given Walgreens' strong dependence on physical, in-the-moment sales, adapting to these trends is tough. With pharmacies filling fewer prescriptions and fewer walk-ins buying retail items, foot traffic has dropped, hurting overall sales. Walgreens bet big on transforming into a healthcare hub, investing heavily in primary care clinics via its $6 billion stake in VillageMD. The idea was to turn Walgreens stores into community medical care destinations, leveraging healthcare trends post-COVID. But this healthcare pivot backfired. Village MD struggled to attract patients and physicians, and Walgreens took a staggering $14 billion loss tied to this venture in 2024. Analysts see this misstep as a key factor dragging Walgreens down. The vision was bold, but execution was flawed, hurting both earnings and brand focus. Closures tell a story of retrenchment and survival. Starting in late 2024, Walgreens began aggressively shuttering stores. 70 closed in late 2024, with plans for another 450 closures through 2025 as part of a footprint optimization program. By 2027, roughly 1 in 7 Walgreens locations will be gone. These cuts aim to prune underperforming stores and streamline operations, but they also reflect the harsh economic realities confronting the chain. In March 2025, Walgreens agreed to a $10 billion acquisition by Sycamore Partners, a private equity firm known for buying struggling retailers. This deal marks Walgreens' exit from public markets after nearly 100 years. The move is controversial but may offer the firm a chance to restructure away from Wall Street's pressures. Sycamore has had success turning around other retail brands, but will Walgreens rebound? Only time will tell. Walgreens faces a triple threat: the dominance of rivals CVS and Walmart in pharmacy and retail, and Amazon's growing footprint in online pharmacy and convenience deliveries. CVS has edged Walgreens in popularity partly due to its larger network and integration with insurer Aetna, which simplifies insurance claims. Walmart leverages scale and logistics for rural markets. Meanwhile, Amazon promises innovation in pharmacy delivery that Walgreens finds tough to match. What does the future hold for Walgreens? Despite the storm, Walgreens has reasons for cautious optimism. Recent earnings surpassed expectations due to restructuring efforts and improved contracts with payers. CEO Tim Wentworth claims the company is building a sustainable, pharmacy-led retail model, focusing more on core strengths. However, the road ahead requires swift adaptation, slimming the store footprint, improving pharmacy reimbursement models, embracing digital innovation, and finding new revenue streams. For brands and entrepreneurs, Walgreens' journey offers a cautionary tale. Growth and acquisition can be weapons or weights. Innovation without execution is perilous. But even giants can pivot when they prioritize core strengths and customer needs, if they act fast enough. Walgreens' story is one of iconic American retail greatness facing the harsh realities of modern business. How a company navigates rapid change, rising competition, and evolving consumer habits can mean the difference between survival or collapse. By understanding Walgreens' mistakes and challenges, we can glean insights not only into retail and pharmacy but into leadership, strategy, and the relentless pace of change in today's economy. Think about your favorite local Walgreens. What does its future look like? And what happens if more community pharmacies vanish? Let me know in the comments, and don't forget to subscribe to Behind Brand Success for more lessons from the rise, fall, and resurgence of the world's biggest companies.